Hi guys, it's me Zain, and today we're gonna talk about succulents, especially dried succulent leaves. So I have here a few succulents with me, for example these echeverias, or I have a third echeveria which is pretty weird. So what is the difference between these two succulents? Well, this has so many dried leaves, like a thick layer of dried leaves, and this one, well, there is no dried leaves on this one. So there are succulents which won't have dried leaves, and there are succulents which will have this layer of dried leaves at the bottom of the plant. So why is that? Well, there are a lot of types of succulents, not only like these, even in the echeveria family or genus or what. So for example, if you have a succulent which creates a long stem and always there is just a rosette on the end of the stem, most probably those leaves will fall and the wind just blows them away and things like that, so you actually won't see those dried leaves. And I have a good example for that. Here in my hand you see these leaves are already drying, they are yellowing and they are drying up, so most probably in a few days these leaves will fall and the wind just blows them away. After that, there are those succulents which are pretty young and they don't have necessarily too many leaves at the bottom, so they won't have dried leaves, or you cannot see those dried leaves. So there are those succulents which are, for example, potted like this, and this is the reason you don't see those dried leaves. Or there are young like this again, and there is not a lot of dried leaves on the succulent. And then there are those types of succulents which can have a thick layer of dried leaves at the bottom. So what causes that? Is it bad? Is it good? This is a normal aging process for the plants because there are new leaves created always at the top of the plant, and the rosette is always like growing. After some time, those leaves that were produced at the top will get to the bottom as it grows, and when they reach the bottom they will actually die and there are gonna be dried leaves on your succulent. This is a normal aging process because when the leaves are produced they are 100% functioning, but after a time they can get bruises, they can get anything on the leaves and they won't be like 100% functional. This is why new leaves are created, and here comes the difference between these two plants. This plant, this echeveria, which is the Echeveria lilacina, after drying the leaves will be still attached to the stem and they will come off. Well, it's not gonna be so hard, but it's more hard, for example, than in the case of this plant. These leaves will dry and will just pop off and the wind will blow them away, and that's the reason you don't notice dried leaves, for example, on these kinds of succulents. And there is another type of succulents. They grow tall and the bottom leaves will stay there because this is their nature. But there are succulents, for example, like aeoniums, which are like this. They grow very tall and they shed leaves. There's gonna be a few dried leaves on the bottom of the rosette and they will easily just fall off, and there's gonna be the long bare stem on the aeonium, which I really like, other people don't like. Maybe I'm weird, but I like the look of that, but that's for another topic. So right now we can finally talk about dried leaves. So these dried leaves are produced because these leaves are pretty old and the plant doesn't need them anymore and they remain on the plant. Is it good? Is it bad? Well, you can decide. This layer of dried leaves can be bad because, you know, the pests come and they find the perfect home in between these dried leaves, and this is a perfect hiding place for pests, for bugs and for everything what is living and want to feed on the plant itself, so that might be not good. But on the other hand, I am here and I really like the look of these dried leaves on the bottom of the plant because I find it really, I don't know, rustic. I really like this look. I really like the look of the layer of dried leaves on the bottom of the rosettes. I don't know, I just kinda like it, so I leave it on. If you like it, leave it on, but keep in mind that this can attract pests, so I think this is the only bad thing about these dried leaves. It's a perfect hiding place for pests, but I think it looks pretty natural and it looks very beautiful to my eye. Maybe to your eyes it's really ugly, also disgusting. So it's your decision what you want to do with those dried leaves. Okay, so this is my topic for today, and I hope you get the idea of dried leaves on succulents and things like that. If you have any further questions about this topic, because I'm pretty sure I did not cover everything with this video, but if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section and I will answer. Like this video, visit my other channel, visit my Instagram. All the links are in the info box and all the links are in the on the corner, that, how do you call them, info cards or what it's like. Okay, so see you next time, bye guys.